Good morning. Let's kindly rise for the procession of convocation. Please, let's resume our seats.
it on? Good morning. All rise for the council procession.
Shall we pray? Our dear Lord, with joy and thanksgiving in our hearts this morning, we come before you as we join our hearts to say, Ebenezer, for thus far have you brought us even as a university. We thank you particularly for the gift of life and for the opportunity to see today. We ask, O God, that you take control of everything we will do or say in this ceremony, to the end that it will bring glory to your name. We thank you in the name of Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. Please take your seats. The Chairman of the University Council, Your Lordship Justice Victor Jones, Maulom Doche, the Honorable Minister of State in charge of Tertiary Education, Professor Kwesi Yanka, members of the University Council, distinguished guest speaker, Vice-Chancellor and Vice-Chancellor of sister universities, Pro-VC and other Pro-Vice-Chancellors here gathered, registrars and registrars of sister universities here, Togbio, Mamao, members of convocation, distinguished invited guests, parents and guardians, our friends from the media, the university choir, our proud graduates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Your morning is not powerful enough. Good morning. Good morning. And a warm welcome to the second session of the fourth graduation of the University of Health and Allied Sciences, UHAS. Our slogan is that UHAS is shining, and I can see that you are all shining. This program
will be a beautiful one. I'm happy that you are here to take part in this ceremony. Please relax and enjoy as we go through this function. Ladies and gentlemen, I will now invite our Chairman of Council, His Lordship Justice W.H.O, to come and give you the welcome address and open congregation. Thank you.
Good morning once again. I also want it very loud. Good morning. The Honorable Minister of State in charge of tertiary education, Professor Kwesi Yanka, members of Parliament, if any of them are present, members of the University Council, Vice-Chancellor, Professor John Japon, and other Vice-Chancellors of sister universities, Pro-Vice-Chancellor and other Pro-Vice-Chancellors, registrars of sister universities, Togbo, Mamao, members of convocation, distinguished invited guests, parents and guardians, our friends from the media, our proud graduates, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure and honor that I welcome you warmly to the second session of the fourth congregation of the University of Health and Allied Sciences. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, a very happy new year to all of you. We thank the Lord for a new year and for making it possible for all of us to gather here in good health. We do not take this for granted. I'm once again also very delighted to be performing the duty of presiding over this congregation as Chairman of Council. I believe this will be my penultimate one before the end of our tenure in July later in the year. It is a privilege, and so I thank the Lord for His continuous mercies and grace that has overshadowed us to help us to serve in our various capacities. Distinguished partners of this university, you will recall that the university held its main fourth graduation ceremony this year on July 13th, 2019. A total of 803 students graduated amidst a lot of fanfare and jubilation, for it was our highest number of graduating students since the inception of the university. This morning, an additional number of 438 students will be graduating, bringing the total number of students graduating for the 2018-2019 academic year to 1,241. This second session is intended to take care of all our sandwich students who have completed various programs of study, as well as those students in the regular programs who, for one reason or the other, were unable to complete their program at the scheduled time. We have purposed as an institution to ensure that all our deserving students will be duly graduated in the year in which they complete their academic work, without the inconvenience of waiting for a whole year to graduate. We believe this will ensure that they are eligible to enter the job market in a timely manner without any hindrances. In this second session, graduates from two main schools, School of Public Health and School of Nursing and Midwifery, will receive degrees. 122 from School of Public Health and 164 from School of Nursing and Midwifery will receive degrees. 9 students from School of Allied Health and 5 from School of Medicine will also receive degrees in their various fields of study. In total, Honorable Minister, UHAS, with humble beginnings, has produced and graduated, as at today's date, 2,709 properly trained and mentally sound young men and women to provide quality healthcare to Ghana's population from 2015, when the first batch of East post-diploma students in nursing, public health, and midwifery disciplines graduated to date. It is with a great sense of pride that I wish to indicate that UHAS continues to provide quality education and training to students in the hope to producing top-grade healthcare professionals with advanced knowledge through scholarship and research. It is intended that these professionals will deliver quality health services comparable to international standards to the nation. Honorable Minister, the university does this by providing an academic environment in which students develop and attain clinical competency and skills, integrity, ethical relationships, and empathic attitudes that contribute to the welfare and well-being of patients. The university's training further encourages students to develop the habit of self-education that will foster a lifelong practice of continuing self-professional development and growth in order to be in a position to be relevant and to continuously provide quality service in the ever-changing societal and technological advancement. The University of Health and Allied Sciences is making giant progress in a bid to increase its infrastructure and continue to build capacity to provide excellent quality training for our students. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the effort to increase the university's infrastructure base, ostensibly to increase the university's capacity to absorb more of the high numbers of students from the senior high schools who wish to enroll in this university, is on course. A lot of reference has been made to the commencement of the building of the phase 2 of the university through the ingenuity of our government and the Chinese government. Indeed, the arrangements have been concluded. The Vice-Chancellor and his team were recently in China to finish up with the designs for the project to commence this January. I am sure that he will provide the details of the process in due course. I wish to use this opportunity to singularly extend my greatest appreciation to the government of Ghana for this big commitment to the university. As a university, we are indeed very grateful. It is my hope, however, that everything will work according to plan and that in some few months the project will commence without any hitch. I would like to seize this opportunity to remind government of the counterpart funding necessary to kickstart the construction process. It is our hope that the phase 2 project will not be delayed for any reason whatsoever. Togbo, Mamao, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, I have no doubt that in some few years to come, UHAS will definitely be the place to be. This is because of all the passion and commitment that we feel and display for this university. New developmental and critical programs, such as sports and exercise medicine, traditional and alternative medicine, and dentistry are being introduced. We have succeeded in attracting and continue to attract top scientists, medics, and researchers and other health professionals to join the team to further illuminate and attain our vision and position UHAS as a preeminent and practically oriented health educational institution dedicated to community service. I wish to thank the entire university, management and staff for their tireless effort to make all these achievements possible. Distinguished invited guests, you are invited to join the UHAS team in whatever way that you can to fulfill this vision, and you are welcome on board. I wish on behalf of myself and the entire council of this university to pledge our support and project this university to the best of our abilities in order to leave a long and lasting legacy to posterity. I therefore urge the government to deal decisively with our infrastructure deficits to enable us absorb many of the first graduates of the free SHS program into UHAS and other tertiary institutions. Before I congratulate the graduates on their spectacular achievements, there are two issues I want to address at this stage. The first one, Honorable Minister, is to inform you that plans have been proposed for the university to take conscious and deliberate steps to facilitate access and promote community inclusions in the university's enrollment figures, which will be merit-based. It is based on the above that I propose that UHAS should deliberately seek, for example, to offer admission and meet the best science graduating students in each district of the Volta and OT regions who attended schools in those regions to achieve the necessary impact in the two regions. It is my hope that UHAS will succeed in impacting the two regions, especially to this admission process. Secondly, the university has completed its own statutes, and these have come into force. The statutes have provided various regulatory and control mechanisms for addressing all grievance processes, including an appeals board that has been set up. In this respect, we wish to encourage all and sundry, especially all university staff, to endeavor to be abreast with all relevant university statutes on appointment of staff and renewal of tenure where this is available. Finally, I wish to reiterate the fact that UHAS is a Ghanaian public university, and for that matter, all Ghanaians, irrespective of where they come from, are eligible for appointment into any position on merit. I would like to address you, our graduates, now. This is indeed an important milestone in your lives, and we are all very proud of you. We are very delighted that we have trained you to provide critical skilled manpower that the health sector needs for the development of this country. I respectfully urge you to exhibit your skills with great confidence and humility. Serve with passion and empathy to save and retain lives. You live here as ambassadors of UHAS, no matter the experiences and challenges you went through. Project your image and the image of UHAS by being the best in what you do. Conduct yourself professionally and remember to brighten the corner wherever you might be with the UHAS lamp. And finally, endeavor to be upright and good citizens of Ghana. Before I conclude my speech, let me use this opportunity to urge you to be disciplined at all times in whatever you do. I believe you all agree with me that there is too much indiscipline in the country. This species of indisciplined conduct finds expression in the way we drive on our roads, which have saved so many lives in the past week. For example, the unbridled indisciplined conduct of Okada tricycle riders, popularly known as Mama Kambu, and drivers generally. The excessive abuse and degradation of the environment. The apparent lack of control and regulation in the physical planning of our cities and urban areas, which has led to creation of slums and what have you. All this have been going on, but we can't afford to be indisciplined in the health profession, since this will lead to loss of lives. I had a friend who told me if the architect and the engineer commit mistakes, buildings collapse, and sometimes without loss of lives. When a lawyer commits an error and the party loses his case through the lawyer's negligence, the party loses his birthright, but doesn't lead to loss of lives. But when a medical or a health professional commits an error, this normally leads to loss of life. So your profession is very critical, and you must pay particular attention to details. Honorable Minister of State, permit me once again to thank you all and all our stakeholders, our chiefs, our traditional rulers, the Queen Mothers, the regional administration and partner institutions and agencies, and most importantly, our parents, spouses, and Ghanaians for their continued support to the university and for choosing UHAS. On that note, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, graduates of the second session of the fourth congregation, I welcome you all. And now, by the powers vested in me as the Chairman of Council of the University of Health and Allied Sciences, I do hereby declare this assembly duly constituted. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Lordship Chairman. We will take a speech from the Valedictorian. Her name is Irene Divine Girassa. She enrolled at the University of Health and Allied Sciences in 2017 to study for the Bachelor of Public Health Nutrition. She completed in 2019. Prior to this, she attended the Tampo College of Health, where she completed in 2011 and emerged the overall best student in the Technical Officer Nutrition Program. She has been working with the Ghana Health Service since March 2013 as the Municipal Nutrition Officer for the WH.O Municipal Health Directorate. During these years in the Ghana Health Service, Irene has had the opportunity to work as a community-based health planning and services coordinator and a quality improvement coach. Her passion for public health nutrition led to her becoming the facilitator in community infant and young child feeding. Her aspiration is to become an expert in maternal and child nutrition in order to contribute to efforts towards improving maternal and child health outcomes in Ghana and other developing countries. Irene is from Tefle in the Volta region. She is the last but one of 6 siblings born to the late Mr. Lawrence Palmer Girassa and Madame Rosemond Atretete. She is also the mother of 2 children. Irene graduated with a GPA of 3.65. Shall we welcome her with a hand of applause? Keep the applause coming, it's not easy. Irene graduated with a GPA of 3.79.
Chairman of the University Council, Honorable Minister, Vice-Chancellor, Pro-Vice-Chancellor, Registrar, guest speakers, members of convocation, deans and directors, traditional rulers, fellow graduates, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I am absolutely honored to be up here presenting on behalf of the graduating class of 2019. On behalf of all graduates, I want to thank our families, friends, faculty for joining us on this auspicious occasion. Graduating Day, sweet sounding, isn't it? We do not take this very significant day for granted. Seated here are my fellow graduates, all equally intelligent and smart, who could have mounted this podium to give a speech. This goes to show that being valedictorian is not about myself, but it is about the entire group. This day would not have been possible without the support of our families. I wish to say a special thank you to my mother, Madame Rosemond Atretete, and my late father, Mr. Lawrence Palmer Girassa, who instilled in me discipline, and certain valuable principles in life, which have brought me this far. I say a big thank you to all families here as well, especially to the wives, the husbands, and the children who gave us the peace of mind to study. Yes, I stand tall here today, but the road has not been smooth. At age 8, my parents separated, and I had to join my father, who was then teaching at the Kintampo College of Health. Soon after I started senior high school, my father fell sick and passed away. I was only 15 years old. The shock of his demise took a toll on my academic performance. I was never able to think straight. My dad was also my financier and the only person visiting me in school. And all of a sudden, all that came to an end. Going back to the Kintampo College of Health as a student was an emotional moment for me. Anytime I saw my father's colleagues or walked past our quarters, I would shed tears. I felt like quitting the course. In 2005, a letter addressed to my late father was handed to me. It was an admission from the Liverpool School of Tropical Medicine, asking my dad to confirm whether he would be enrolling, but he had died in 2004. Over the years that followed, this encounter with my dad's offer letter gave me the resolve to excel in the field of public health and give honor to my late dad. In that what he could not achieve, I will take the mantle and complete the race. I graduated as the overall best student in the Technical Officer Nutrition Program at College of Health in 2012. So since 2005, I have been holding this offer letter belonging to my father from the Liverpool School of Tropical Medicine as the motivation. And I was waiting for this day that I could give honor to my late dad. I have been keeping his obituary since 2004. I know my elderly brother is up there and he's already shedding tears. Wow. So here we are today, looking all beautiful and relaxed. So many of our dreams at first seemed impossible. They then look improbable, and then, when we summon the will, they soon become inevitable. By Christopher Reeve. The University of Health and Allied Sciences gave us new hope when we were confused as what to do after college. The sandwich program, the first of its kind in the country, gave us the opportunity to possess a degree while we still galamseyed. My fellow galamseyers are smiling. But our success today has not been without challenges. I recall our first day on UHAS campus. Registering our courses alone was a long story. We had to go and come several times before we got it done. Having to study 12 to 13 courses in a short period, write 4 IAs and end-of-term exams for each of them was not easy. However, we sailed through. Hey, UHAS, an institution that actually brings out refined and resilient products. For example, writing IAs alone kept some of us sleeping in the lecture halls because we couldn't just leave any page unturned. There would be no chance of turning your neck around in the exam hall. The trip to Rara alone, hey, another tough one. In fact, fellow graduates, congratulations once again. Some traveled from Haga, Boku, Lora, Zabzu, Gugushegu, Elubu, and other distant places and endured the stress on the roads to Rara without any hope of getting a massage on arrival. All because of our determination. As mature students who have enjoyed privacy for years, we had to sacrifice and share rooms with 3 to 4 other people just to acquire this very important milestone in our lives. I would say it wasn't easy, but it has been worth it. This is the beginning of greater achievements and adventures. As we go into the world, let us be courageous. Let us be our best. Everywhere we go, let us go with our hearts. Fellow graduates, if we leave here today and opportunities do not knock, it means there is no door. Please let us rise. Let us rise and build that door. The world is a big place with no limitation. Let us set our sails and use the wings of life to go where we want to go. And when we set our goals and put our minds to it, the world will step aside and we will step up. Congratulations to all of us once again. I end with a popular Latin phrase, Veni, Vidi, Vici, which means I came, I saw, and I conquered. Friends, we made it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Divine. If you attend UHAS and you get a grade point of 3.79, it means you are extraordinary. You should give her another round of applause. My Lord Chair, we will invite the choir to give us a song whilst we prepare to take an address from the Vice-Chancellor, Professor John Owusu Japan.
Chairman of University Council, His Lordship Justice Jones Maolo, Honorable Minister of State in charge of Tertiary Education, Professor Sianka, members of Council, W.H.O, Mamao, special invited guests, Vice-Chancellors Ghana, Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Pro-Vice-Chancellors from the institution, Registrar and registrars of other institutions, members of convocation, staff, students, graduates, parents and guardians and friends and wives and husbands, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It's always good to have you here. I first of all must apologize that you do not have your brochures in your hands. It's just unfortunate. Something happened. You get it. I've been told it is on the rough road. This is not a typical UHAS. Before you sit down, you are given your brochure and a bottle of water. So I sincerely apologize for the lapse. It's made my speech a little difficult because I would normally say that I assume that you've read the Vice-Chancellor's report, so I'll just give highlights. But now you don't have the brochure, so I don't know how to proceed. I think I'll say that I know you will read the Vice-Chancellor's report, so I'll proceed and give you just the highlights. Otherwise, my report will take about an hour to deliver. Yeah. And for those of you who were here in July, this is the second session of that congregation. So almost everything that was said at that time would have to be said again today. That is why I want to just give you very short highlights. So you are welcome. I'll be talking about three main issues: teaching and learning, research, and some governance issues. As far as teaching and learning are concerned, Chairman of Council mentioned some of the new programs that we are planning to introduce the next academic year. But we are referencing the 2019-20 academic year. And in that year, the new program that was introduced was diagnostic geography. It's very long and difficult name, but just to tell you that it's about X-rays and how to go and do an MRI and those things. So we are training people who will be managing these equipment and diagnostic procedures. So that is the new program we have added in a sort of programs. Student numbers. As at the end of the last academic year, we had 3,087 regular students and 1,902 regular sandwich students, making a total of almost 5,000, 4,989. And this is the breakdown per school. The School of Nursing and Midwifery and the School of Public Health tend to house most of our students. And the School of Medicine has the School of Pharmacy has the least number of students. So you heard that during the July congregation, we graduated about 802 students. For this, we are graduating 36 graduate students and 402 undergraduate students, making a total of 438 students or graduates. And the breakdown is as follows. For our graduate students, all of them are from the School of Public Health. 16 from the Masters of Public Health, and they are the general program, and another group in disease control and epidemiology, which is another 10. And then we have the Master of Philosophy in epidemiology and disease control, another 10, making a total of 36 graduate students who are being honored today. And then when we look at undergraduate students, we are talking about 402, 9 Bachelor of Science in Allied Health Sciences, 5 from the Physician Assistants Program, 87 from the Bachelor of Public Health, and 301 from Bachelor of Nursing, Midwifery, and Public Health Nursing. On the research front, we are making considerable progress. Our intellectual property policy was processed and approved by Council and is now available. So we know what governs intellectual property as far as the conduct of our research is concerned. But more importantly, we have established the UHAS Research Fund that gives seed money to faculty to do research up to the tune of about 7,500. And then for the investigator-led grants, we give 25,000. We are yet to award a multidisciplinary grant for the 100,000. And this year, we hope to initiate the faculty development grants. This is for faculty who are doing their terminal degrees, their PhDs and all the other terminal degrees, who need money for research. We are putting aside money for them to do their data collection. In the first call, we received 22 applications and we funded 15. A total of 214,000 CDs from our internally generated funds has been disbursed to these faculty to be able to conduct their research. The second call is currently being processed. So that is on the research front. Our key goal is to equip our faculty to be able to compete for bigger grants in the international arena. We think that when they go through these processes, they get to know how research grants are done, and through this, they will have the experience to be able to get bigger grants. So, in the area of governance and management, the key highlights, as Chairman of Council mentioned, Council has finally approved our statutes. It is currently being processed for printing. And once printing is done, we'll ensure that all members of convocation receive copies of these, and they will be placed at vantage places so that everybody can have access to statutes. But more importantly, we have put an electronic copy on our website so that anybody who wants can download and have a copy to themselves. Our financial guidelines and policies have also been finalized and approved and is also undergoing review for printing so that everybody knows what the processes are as far as financial management of the university is concerned. How to access money, how to account for the money, and all the rules and regulations that go with it, so that Honorable W.H.O will not come and hold my neck. Chairman alluded to the fact that we now have an appeals board. An appeals board has been duly constituted, and the appeals board is chaired by a retired justice of the appeals court, in the person of Justice Emmanuel Ayebi, with many other competent people to help in dispute resolution so that we do not, as a university community, take our cases to court. This is very important. We want to do our business in the right way. But in the event that anybody feels aggrieved, there should be a channel for seeking redress. GUSA. Our students have been participating in GUSA. We went for the first time last year, 2019. We went to Cape Coast. At that time, we could not raise a female team. But now, we are at the University of Ghana. The games are going on. I think the closing ceremony is today. And this time, we raised a female team. But we are yet to receive our first medal. We are yet to receive our first medal. And I wish that some students will participate in these games. They don't. It's only the regular students who do. Pressure. We try to participate in the march, sometimes a bit of asynchrony, but we march. And I try to give some support, moral support to our teams, even when we don't receive medals. Even when we lose the games, we support them. That is our football team for this year. And we now have a female team as well that is representing us at Legon. So we are making progress, small. Staff numbers. As at the end of the last academic year, we had 642 staff, made up of 290 senior members. That is the teaching staff and the senior administrative and professional staff. I think we have about 230 faculty and another 60 or so administrative and professional staff. And then we have what we call the senior staff. We had 153 and 199 junior staff. In the current academic year, we received financial clearance from to recruit an additional 234, which we are processing. But we've processed most of them. Most of them are academic faculty, because we made a case that we wanted to introduce new programs. And for us who run the health sciences, the National Council for Tertiary Education has certain norms for us. Student-staff ratio should be in the order of 1 to 18 or thereabout. And for medicine, for instance, it's supposed to be 1 to 12. So we need the faculty to be able to do this. And Honorable Minister, we are very thankful for facilitating this for us. I know that we became the envy of many of our colleagues. Not everybody got the numbers they required, but we got the numbers that we required, and we are very thankful for that. At this stage, I want to say thank you to immediate past Director of Academic Affairs, Mrs. Lucy Oforaye, who's had to leave us, for her role she played in contributing to the establishment of the Academic Affairs Directorate and helping in raising our teaching standards and helping with all the policies and guidelines. Is Lucy here? Thank you. Honorable Minister, we want to improve upon we want to admit more students. This is the state of our development at Hawaii. We need to finish this building. We need to finish this building. When you come to this is still the Hawaii campus, the first phase that is still under development. It's been going on for a very long time now at a very slow pace. And we hope that you will help us to find the money to finish it quickly so that we can increase our intake. Many of you don't even know or haven't even seen this building, even though you are at the School of Public Health in Hawaii, because this is at Fodome. How many of you know Fodome? You don't even know where it is. But we are supposed to be temporary structures at the hospital at Hohoe. This is supposed to be the main campus of the School of Public Health. So, Honorable Minister, we beseech you by the mercies of God, please facilitate this for us. When it comes to our main campus, the major challenge for us here is the building on my left, which is the Science Lab Complex. We need it to be able to increase our intake again. And I believe that the Honorable Minister has heard and that he will carry our message to the right quarters to help us do this. Having said that, we would also want to thank the ministry and the GET Fund and NCT for facilitating the development of our small School of Pharmacy block, which is supposed to be the incubator facility, which has just been completed and handed over. It's a very small place. This is just a temporary place. And once we get the money to build the main School of Pharmacy, this will be added to the School of Basic and Biomedical Sciences. We've had to spend our little money in building consulting rooms because our students need clinical training. All these roofs are supposed to be green, but the ones that look very green are the ones that we have just added so that our students can get a good ambience for teaching. So a university is not supposed to be building consulting rooms, but if the teaching hospital is not up to scratch, then you have to spend your little money in building that. Same with the faculty offices and another 3 classroom and offices that we've had to add because of the constraints of space. Students' accommodation has been a very big challenge. We've entered into several agreements with many potential developers who are yet to break the ground. But we as senior management have decided that we will use a little bit of our resources to put up some of these structures. So we are putting up a 640-bed facility on the hospital campus for our clinical students. Staff accommodation is another major challenge for us, Honorable Minister. So far, with the support of GET Fund, we have started about 15 staff bungalows. It is not enough. But the major challenge is even GET Fund paying the certificates so that the buildings can be completed. We really need your help in doing this. As a new university, one of our challenges has been that of ensuring that our faculty and staff have the right environment and peace of mind to be able to do their work. And one of the requests that have come up over and over again is the need for a university basic school. So we've decided to invest in that. So we are building a university basic school to take care of the needs of the university community. The chairman alluded to the Chinese Phase 2 project. Something that I've said I didn't want to talk about it again until I see the contractors, because I've said so much and we haven't seen much on the ground. But a lot of work has had to go on behind the scenes. The last time I visited with my team from the fiscal development to go and finalize the arrangement for the development of this university, of this second phase. The second phase will comprise the School of Nursing and Midwifery and the Central Administration. The School of Nursing and Midwifery, just to give you an idea of what it will look like, will be about twice the School of Basic and Biomedical Sciences in terms of floor space. So imagine 2 times this for the School of Nursing and Midwifery. And the central administration would be about the size of the current School of Basic and Biomedical Sciences. So, we've signed the last documents that have to be signed, and I hope they will not call us to come and sign anything again. It's so interesting. The president signed, the president signed with the president of China when he went to China. Then the Chinese ambassador went and signed with the Minister of Finance. And I had to go and sign with the consultants in China. 3 signatures is enough. And I think we need to move on. In terms of the timelines, we anticipate that they will be doing their tender for a Chinese contractor now. A contract will be awarded by March, and they will do their mobilization to the site here by June 2020, and it will take 24 to 36 months to complete. Government has made available the counterpart funding on paper. And when I say on paper, what I mean is the letters have come, it's been approved, and those of you who know how the system works, there is something called giftness. We have to make all our applications and key in what the money is going to be spent on that. And we have to go to Public Procurement Authority and the Central Tender Board, and all the boxes have to be checked. So you might have seen that some electricity poles are being carried onto the campus. So we need to send electricity to the site, we need to do water, we need to do storm and waste drains, and then general project management and the statutory payments that go with all this comes to up to about 6.2 million cedis, which government has approved. We had a leadership lecture on neglected tropical diseases delivered by Professor David Molyneux of the Liverpool School of Tropical Medicine. So our valedictorian, your father's school that he wanted to go to, a former director of that school and an expert in neglected tropical diseases, was here for 3 days to come and deliver lectures, after which we gave him an honorary doctoral degree. And on that note, I want to recognize somebody special, the person who delivered the first UHAS leadership lectures, in the person of Professor Samuel Kofi-Sefadede. So, in principle, he is our first graduate, because he was the first person to be adorned and for a degree to confer on as far as this university is concerned. And beyond that, he's been very supportive of the university. And Prof, we thank you so much. I believe he's here also because somebody special is graduating. Our international collaboration keeps improving. We are working with Georgetown, Washington University, Campbell University, University of Dundee in Scotland, and Brunel University. This is just in addition to what we've been doing in the past. And our universities' rankings keep improving. When you go and look on the university rankings in Ghana, we are currently ranked, actually, when I checked this morning, it's number 13. It's no longer number 12. So it means something has gone wrong. We need to fix it. But I think the important thing is that 2016-17, we were ranked number 27. And by 2017-18, we were on number 14. And the last academic year, we came to number 12. And I've just seen that we've gone to number 13. We need to check who has overtaken us and clear them out of the way. Our aim is to be in the top 5. And it is possible if we do the right things. And for the doubting Thomases, you can go to this website and check. So, now to our graduating students. So this is the highlight. The Vice-Chancellor's report is in the brochure which you have just received. So please read it and get the complete picture. So congratulations once again for coming this far, in spite of the numerous challenges. I believe you deserve to be awarded for your discipline, dedication, and hard work. And to those of you who will be receiving prizes, I congratulate you, and may this be just the beginning of greater success that is yet to come. My Lord Chair, this January graduation gives me a lot of excitement. And the excitement is demonstrated in the statement that was, the speech that was delivered by the Valedictorian. Most of them are the sandwich students. We have a few regular students amongst us, but most of them are the sandwich students. And about 70 to 80% are female. Female health workers who have had to take time off their regular schedule to upgrade their knowledge and skills. They are a special breed. They are not the typical 18 to 20-year-old senior high school students who have a lot of energy. Some of them come heavily pregnant. Others come with their babies, toddlers, and households. So when you offer one person admission, you get 4 people turning at your doorsteps. Many of them have had to combine school and work because they did not get study leave. The unique thing about them is that they do not allow these challenges to deter them. They are a determined group of people with a mind to work, to upgrade themselves. Many of them are very smart. And it is just because they did not get the opportunity earlier. That is why they are here today. UHAS is therefore very happy to be providing this opportunity to you. And for us, we are determined to leave nobody behind. I urge you, therefore, to be ambassadors of change and let the motto of UHAS, which is development of health, and the values that we extol here, excellence, innovation, integrity, service, and care, be your guide in your quest for success. Be so good that nobody can ignore you. Go out there and make UHAS proud. May the moments you have spent here be a memorable one, and do well to stay in touch with your colleagues, faculty, and also ensure that you participate in the activities of the Alumni Association and try to give back to your alma mater. On behalf of management and faculty and staff, I extend to you our sincerest, heartfelt congratulations on your achievement. I'll urge you not to rest on your laurels. Take advantage of numerous opportunities that abound worldwide. And also make sure that for those of you who are capable and still want to pursue, there are opportunities for doing graduate studies here and other places. Do not stop. The sky is not even the limit. I have so much confidence in you, and I know that you can really do it. We want to thank management, academic and administrative staff, for the great work that you've all done in contributing in diverse ways to the success story today. We want to thank your family members, your husbands and your wives, and your benefactors who have supported you through thick and thin. I say congratulations and thank you all for supporting it and training your wards and being along with them the entire journey. May the good Lord bless and keep you. May his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. And may he lift the light of his countenance upon you and grant you his peace and travel mercies to your respective destinations. I thank you all, and God bless you. God bless our homeland, Ghana, and make our nation great and strong. I thank you for your attention.
My Lord Chair, ladies and gentlemen, UHAS is shining. The program is being streamed live. It's online and at our various websites and web pages. So you can rearrange your faces very well and expect that it will be captured. And you can go back and watch it later on in the evening. Thank you very much. We will now have an address by our guest speaker. It's with a lot of pride and honor that I introduce to you our guest speaker for this morning's function. He is an alumnus of the university. He graduated in 2018 with a bachelor's degree in nursing. So he is a registered general nurse and currently serving at the Keta Municipal Hospital, where he assists the nursing administration and in-service trainings as a facilitator. He also serves as a country volunteer for the University of Newcastle in Australia. He is also the executive director of the W.H.O Charity Foundation. While at UHAS, Mr. Kpoha served as the president of the Students' Representative Council and was president of the Ghana Union of Ghana Students, the Volta Regional Bloc. Dedicated to improving community mental health, he also served as the president of the Mental Health and Wellbeing Foundation, Ghana UHAS, in 2016 and 2017. He graduated as the first recipient of the Professor Fred Bink Prize for Best Graduating Student with demonstrated service to the university community. As a young graduate of UHAS, Divine has continued to distinguish himself through his compassion for the less privileged, working with communities to tackle the stigma associated with mental health and leprosy through public workshops on healthy living and suicide prevention. He and his team have also been working to raise funds and awareness for people living with disabilities through several community development projects, resulting in improved quality of life. In 2018, Divine was honored with the Kofi Annan Youth Inspirational Award for his dedication to community service. My audience, you are stingy. You should be clapping by now. In 2019, he was recognized with the highest accolade a young person can receive for social action and humanitarian efforts, the Diana Award for selflessly transforming the lives of others and going above and beyond to create and sustain positive change. That award was established in memory of Diana, Princess of Wales, with support from her two sons, the Duke of Cambridge and the Duke of Sussex. Shall we, with a round of applause, welcome Mr. Divine Kpoha to give us his address.
You can't stop clapping. You have to continue clapping. Thank you very much, Registrar. Chairman of the University Council, His Lordship, Justice John W.H.O, the Honorable Minister in charge of tertiary education, Professor Kwesi Yanka, one of my mentors, the Vice-Chancellor, Professor John also Japan, my next father after Professor Fred Binka handed me over to him. Registrar and registrars of sister universities, members of council, members of convocation, deans and directors, teaching and non-teaching staff of UHAS, W.H.O, Mamao, all distinguished guests present, the parents of our graduates, the graduating class of 2019, my friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, miawezo. Oh, miawezo. The prestigious class of 2019, I say congratulations. Congratulations. Wonderful. I thank you so much, UHAS, for this opportunity to stand before you this morning to speak to my brothers and sisters who are graduating today. I am humbled to be here, an opportunity I thought was reserved for PhD holders, professors, and very distinguished persons in society. But for the uniqueness of my university, I am here. As I stand here, I can see in your faces the joy, and you are just waiting for the closing prayer so that you can take the beautiful pictures with your families. The moment of access course, especially the sandwich students from the School of Nursing and Midwifery, I was in UHAS when you came for your sandwich program under the leadership of Professor Prudence Mwini Nalejibo, who is seated right there. And through this access regime to the marathon race, one moment I could vividly recall is when I see my friends from the north, perhaps, coming all the way to home with their tunes of yam. I do not know if they are scared of the price of yam in home. I have witnessed part of your struggle that you've had to go through to get graduated today. But all I can say is you have made it. Who am I? The son of carpenter Richard Bon, who is sitting right there. And the trainer, Madame Benedita Agbemalio. To stand here today as the guest speaker for this section, I earnestly want to ask myself, who am I without UHAS? From Trinity International School to Mr. Ike Maule's Kekele School Complex, the times myself and my little sister Evelyn have had to walk through the scorching sun anytime the list of those who owed fees was ready. I served my basic school as the school prefect. I completed and had admission to read general science in Kita Secondary School, Kita School, in 2013. Secondary education started staring at me because it was practically impossible for me to get to school. But one exciting moment I had was when Mom said, "Divine, we will quickly arrange your chobos loaded with gari and sugar and a local biscuit called polento. That you will go with this together with the part payment of fish you have, with the promise that the milk powder will come later." For my love for teaching, I returned back to my alma mater where I taught science and mathematics for 2 academic years. So my savings from teaching, selling of herbal products, and proceeds from my book, No Battle is Forever, inspired me to apply to the university closest to my source of Gary. On 29th September 2014, I heard Mom say, "Divine, we will get you food items and some notebooks. Go with the part payment and plead with the headmaster." Did you hear headmaster? Okay. So your applause boy arrived very early in home, but I could not be registered because I hadn't paid my admission fees in full. I had all the patience as though mosquito has landed on my testicles. But around 3 p.m., I lost that same patience. So I requested to see the registrar, the then registrar, Mr. Kofi Siabi Mensah. Even though Mom asked me to see the headmaster. But after I was prevented, I met 3 people. Mr. Toku Felix, he currently works in the registrar's office. Mr. James Osei Yeboah of School of Allied Health Sciences, and Mr. Fred Anoma from the Finance Directorate, whom I cried out to that I did not want to go back to Aplau, and pleaded with them to help me get registered. I was finally allocated a hall of residence at Dabe, where I eventually contested my first election and won to become the hall president of my hostel. Then I served my people also as a class rep and enjoyed some great lunchtimes with Mr. Glover Nathaniel and Dr. Kofi W. Became the SRC president for this prestigious university for the 2015-2016 academic year in level 200. In level 300, I became the Volta Regional Block of Nooks and dedicated my level 400 as the year of finishing hard. Financial challenges could not stop me from being myself in the quest to pursue my dream. The struggles in UHAS and the opportunities. In UHAS, for level 100, Mom and Dad paid the remaining fees as they promised. For level 200, Mr. Foganokono assisted me get a government scholarship that is for mathematics, science, and technology in 2016, a scholarship scheme that was discontinued by government in 2017. For level 300, I and my other colleagues, particularly Mr. Azati Salom, applied for the GMPC scholarship. Another disappointment slapped me, so I had to quickly run to Students' Loan Trust Fund for rescue. The loan scheme, together with donations from 3 benevolent persons in society, cushioned me till I got to the final year. Council Chairman, once in UHAS, I have always wanted to reach out to others who needed my help regardless of my challenges. But creating a balanced university life is one of the greatest gifts UHAS has blessed us with. The vocational training component. The vocational training provided us the opportunity to better understand community diagnosis and how to find solutions to challenges that are being faced by our people. As part of my interest in mental health, especially reducing stigma on persons who suffer mental disabilities and leprosy, I support persons with disabilities and mentally challenged persons in society suffering these rejections. I provide basic social amenities such as food, and with my team, we've been able to provide safe drinking water, furniture for school children in deprived communities. Things we did when I was a student here in this university. Just this year, the Mental Health and Wellbeing Foundation received funding from the Australian High Commission Ghana to end open defecation among cured lepers here in Hogodope to construct a 10-seater WC toilet facility for these people. Chairman of Council, my dear brothers and sisters, of what shall it profit a graduate if society does not benefit from your degree? UHAS presents us with a variety of opportunities to explore, more especially opportunities that are dedicated to community service. It should be difficult for us to forget the calabash that once gave us water. Let us endeavor all the time to identify the myriad of challenges faced by our communities. Our research and proposal writing skills are enough to find solutions to the challenges faced by society in the restoration of lost miles being the ultimate. UHAS graduates can change the world, and that is my belief. We change the world because of the quality of training we receive from this institution. The quality of training we receive from here gives us a different orientation on service to humanity. Some of us discovered these opportunities whilst we were in school. If you haven't discovered yours yet, it is not too late. By the time you leave the 4 walls of this university, it is my prayer that these opportunities will locate you also. Let the hardships and challenges of accessing higher education rather inspire us to change the story of our families. I do not know how you've been able to go through all the challenges you've had to go through to get seated in this auditorium. But I think you have gone through these challenges because the Lord Himself was preparing you for something greater. It is preparing you to become stronger to face the challenges of life on the road to success. As a matter of fact, I, Divine Boha, would not want to succeed on a silver platter. And I want to believe that you do not want to succeed on a silver platter. You wouldn't use shortcuts to success, but rather you will set the vision. You will focus on self-confidence, you will tolerate, forgive others easily, you will stay connected, know the people, and let people know you. In all we do with all selflessness, integrity, and dedicating to humanity, because society needs the impact of our degrees than we need them. My dear friends, my dear brothers and sisters, we are gathered here this morning because of you. The Vice-Chancellor has already inspired us. But we can't stop. We have to keep going. On the journey, we may fall. But some people say that the downfall of a man is not the end of his life. But I want to say that the downfall of a UHAS graduate shouldn't be the end of his life. We will continue pushing, keep pushing, and make UHAS proud in the little kindness we find ourselves. Council Chairman, I want to end by asking all present here that who am I to be the guest speaker of today's section. I thank you very much for your attention.
Shall we do the applause again, please? I want to mention that I see many of you becoming the Divine UHAS in the next couple of years. I'm a prophetess. I'm prophesying into your lives and you are not saying anything. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, the speaker. Divine is an illustrious example of UHAS. And like I mentioned, we believe that many more of you will be coming up like that. My Lord Chair, we will now prepare to receive a message from our special guest of honor, Professor Kwesi Yankah. Professor Kwesi Yankah is the Minister of State in charge of tertiary education. He needs no elaborate introduction. I just want to mention, for sake, that he is a renowned professor of linguistics and an associate director, African Humanities Fellowship Program of the American Council of Learned Societies. He is a fellow of the Ghana Academy of Arts and Sciences. We are talking about an astute intellectual who has assumed a political position. I know that the two combine very well to the benefit of us all. So with a big round of applause, shall we invite Honorable Professor Kwesi Yankah to address us.
You know, before I come to my formal address, I'm fond of a very unusual habit of preceding such formal addresses with a statement about the kind of quiet conversations I've been having upstage while you are sitting downstage. The whispers between my good self and my colleagues, I decide to blow it and damn the consequences. The first was an observation that I made whispering to the ears of the chairman of council, my good friend, that look at that lady on the front row, or third or fourth row, wherever. Look at how young she looks. Are you sure she's a graduate or a JHS student? And then he shot back and referred to yet another student sitting 3 or so spaces away from that same lady. Look at her also. So we decided that there must be something happening in this university that does not discriminate in age. That no matter how young or how old you are when you are brought to UHAS, your chances, if you are young, of becoming a whiz-kid are very high. Let's congratulate the young ones and all of you here. The second whisper was into the ears of your Vice-Chancellor after he had given you that brilliant speech. And having seen the general ambience of this and the substantial cultural infusion that had visited the entire landscape for this particular ceremony, and the way he was relaxed. You know, this is a young man pretending to have gray beard. And I suspect that that is not really gray beard, but he has dyed his beard. I told him, you know, Johnny, and I've known Johnny in the past several years. Since the time he sat in front of me, and my office is normally the office when I was the Pro-Vice-Chancellor of the University of Ghana, the office where appointments and interviews are made. He sat in front of me, so young, but exuding such confidence. I hardly knew one day he would end up here. But even much more importantly, after having observed everything happening here in the past several or past few years, I told him, Johnny, you know, by the time you leave this university, I will arrogate to myself the right, and with the permission of the W.H.O, to confer on you citizenship of hope. A gentleman who has come all the way from Akimebuakwa to lead a brilliant panel of colleagues, management, everybody, to have transformed this place in so short a period of time it's been around. It clearly demonstrates that it does not matter where you come from in Ghana here. Every university built by the government is a national university. It has happened to have been cited, for example, in Winneba, or Ho or Swedro, where I come from. No longer should we insist on heads of universities being sons of the soil. It's not necessary. If they are sons of the soil, so be it. But we need not insist that we need somebody from Winneba to be Vice-Chancellor of University of Education, Winneba. it sets a very, very bad precedent. Here you have a global citizen heading the university, only happening to be coming from outside where he has been located. John, you are henceforth a citizen of hope. Thank you. Chairman of the University Council, the Lordship Justice John Doche, members of the University Council, Vice-Chancellor and colleague Vice-Chancellors, Pro-VC and colleague Pro-VCs, registrars and visiting registrars, my very good friend Professor Sifade, whom I highly revere. I'm glad you are here. Distinguished invited guests, the head of the University of Ghana Overseas Office in London, Salomon, who is here. Thank you, I see you around. Representative of the NCDE, W.H.O, Mamao, distinguished invited guests, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, it's great to be here again this fresh year, after a visit here last year, to be part of your graduation. Such annual visits allow us to undertake comparative observations on what we think we saw last year and determine if there have been any significant changes in perspective besides fresh faces graduating. And as I pointed out in my address last year, I consider the Volta region and UHAS in particular as a natural friend with whom I can interact anytime outside the orbit of my position as Minister of State in charge of tertiary education. My friends and colleagues here are many, and so are my former students holding responsible positions here. Additionally, on the basis of appointments made to positions here since this university started in 2012, one could consider UHAS as a virtual extension of the University of Ghana. Call it a kind of little Legon, or maybe a little Kolebu. If it happens to be the case, so be it. For you'd have a great university as a friend and mentor, whose virtues you should happily embrace, but whose vices and challenges you should not touch with a long spoon. If UHAS has been informally mentored by Legon, it can also be said any visit to the beautiful landscape of Ho is also a visit to a region which is gradually and progressively becoming a leading hub of formal education at various levels. The Volta region has one of the highest number of senior high schools in the country, and it ranks very high among institutions formerly called polytechnics that have been converted to technical universities. Indeed, Ho Technical University, neighbors to UHAS, is one of the most attractive campuses in the country, and UHAS, even at this early stage, is fast catching up. Volta region also has the highest number of colleges of education in the country, and has been home to the very first public health and allied science institution in the country. Indeed, UHAS remains the only public university institution exclusively dedicated to the study of the medical, health, and allied sciences. Such an inclination towards establishing universities with specialized disciplines should be the trend as university education in Ghana hits its 70th milestone. The last 3 universities to be established in Ho, Takwa, and Sunyani move along this trajectory of specialization, and so is the new university coming up in Somenya, with another campus in Bonso who specialize in environment, agriculture, and sustainable development. But one thing struck me as we approached the Volta region on our way from Accra: a bold attempt by government to gradually restore cross-country access to respective regions through easier access ways that were hitherto road bottlenecks. Indeed, through good road and rail networks, physical distances will often impose barriers, dissolve in thin air, opening up several opportunities for national development. Indeed, the more I look at the spectrum of education in Ghana, the more I realize how access to education could be widened in other senses beyond those defined by the UN Strategic Development Goals, where the focus has been on breaking social, cultural, and economic barriers. But access to education could simply be with reference to physical or mobility access, in the sense of how I, a boy or girl from the central region, can access UHAS, or simply go to UHAS in Ho or Hohoi, or go to College of Education in Dambai. And imagine how many high school students would dread the thought of applying to UHAS or Ho or Hohoi from Accra or Winneba, simply due to the nightmare of overcoming poor road infrastructure alone, where flying from Accra to London could be faster than driving from Accra to Hohoi. Indeed, in the area of school enrollment, just imagine how much social and cultural integration that we miss in our schools by reason of bad roads alone that put off potential applicants seeking to access education in other parts of the country. Without good road infrastructure and access ways, the issue of access to education within our local context should be considered a mirage. I discount here, of course, distance modes of learning. Happily, there is growing awareness of this, namely this government's agenda to ensure easy access to the north through the Eastern Corridor Road, through a new elaborate cross-country rail network, through Ho and a fully fleshed Ho Airport. These developments should indeed be good news for country mobility to access tertiary education. And they come in good time to facilitate the placement and distribution of the huge influx of graduates from the free senior high school policy who seek to enter respective educational institutions within the tertiary sector. Remember, the year 2020 sees the first batch of graduates from the free senior high school policy entering tertiary institutions like UHAS. From projections, one expects an extra 50,000 or so fresh students knocking on our doors across the country. In recent times, I've been going on site visits to various tertiary institutions, looking at ongoing preparations towards reopening in September 2020. Yesterday, I took the opportunity of the invitation to this graduation to look at the infrastructure narrative of UHAS. And I must congratulate UHAS Governing Council, the Vice-Chancellor and management for the monumental work done since this university was established some 8 or 9 years ago. But particularly over these past few years, in spite of economic constraints and delayed inflows from GET Fund, UHAS has held its own, making do with the highly constrained internally generated funds to construct a good number of facilities while waiting for GET Fund to finish structures like classroom complexes to develop Hohoi campus, and also finish the Central Lab project, which is touted to be the biggest central lab in the sub-region of West Africa when completed. You hold a special place in the heart of government, in the Ministry of Education. As a young budding university with huge promise in an important niche of health and allied sciences, government is committed to working with you to reach your potential and capacity in the shortest possible time. We are doing this by providing resources for the establishment of all the laudable structures and facilities that were envisaged at the inception of the university, as well as new disciplines proposed by council and management. Indeed, the importance of good healthcare in the nation's economy cannot be overemphasized, and institutions that make it their agenda to train professionals in health and allied disciplines have a major responsibility on their hands, for they can make or break lives, and as well make or break a nation's productive capacity. One country, Japan, is a quintessential example of this in making sure of efficient health systems and as well putting greater emphasis on preventive health care. And even at workplaces, this is evident. Workers of several corporate organizations spend at least 30 minutes of every break time retiring to the corporation's gym and doing routine exercises before they start the afternoon session. Physical exercises and sometimes meditations are built into their daily work routines to make sure that a healthy mind resides in a healthy body. The allied health professional may not be a medical doctor, but may be crucial in patients' recovery efforts. Indeed, healing is often not the sole responsibility of a medical doctor, but a combined effort between the doctor, allied health professionals, and even domestic support systems at home. That is why institutions in the area of health and allied sciences come to developing countries as a breath of fresh air. In developing economies like our own that are used to mysterious deaths, high infant mortality, and where desperation drives relations to even drink wastewater dripping from the body of miracle healers, and where men of God could even slap and whip desperate believers in the name of healing. We need health institutions that move away from the city centers and penetrate deep into the hinterland to save patients from the hands of murderers, human rights abusers that pose as doctors and miracle healers. For we live in communities where ignorance, illiteracy, and superstition conspire to kill kinsmen for every preventable causes. In my own village, and I'm sure yours also, people no longer raise the question what killed him or her when one dies. All we care to know is whether the sick person is dead, is responding to treatment, or has bounced back to life, in which case we thank the good Lord. In cases of maternal care, we in Africa here appear to have virtually accepted the incidence of infant mortality as part of life, or rather as part of the inevitable. In some of our traditional societies, serial infant mortality on the part of a mother could be halted only by making ugly scarification marks on the face of the next baby safely delivered, so that death would be scared and cannot touch the baby. Those times are past, but such residual practices still exist all over Africa. Even now, we are virtually soaked in superstition when it comes to healthcare and disease. Educating trainee professionals about the cultural foundations of health should be essential to a clearer understanding of societies where doctors and allied health professionals operate. The link is easier when the siting of such academic institutions is not restricted to cities where urbanization and the global village have suppressed cultural practice, preventing trainees from getting to the root of cultural attitudes to health. But I'm glad to learn also plans that you have to start new courses like sports and recreational medicine and traditional and alternative medicine. That is why I consider UHAS to have come a long way with just 4 graduations in providing higher education in health sciences, constructing and disseminating knowledge and applying knowledge acquired to the needs and aspirations of the people of Ghana, as well as providing clinical and other services towards improving health and the quality of life. Your progress as a university has indeed been stupendous. Starting in 2012, when you admitted your first set of 154 students, you have grown quickly to now have a total student population of close to 5,000 students, a staff of 700 or more on 2 campuses at Ho and Hohoi. Your numbers have grown remarkably, so have your graduating students, who have grown from 415 in 2017 and close to 1,200 this year, coming from the School of Allied Health Sciences, the School of Medicine, School of Nursing and Midwifery, and the School of Public Health. The Vice-Chancellor, Council, Management and staff, you deserve to be congratulated for lighting up this corridor with medicine and health education. and also reversing the routine direction of educational migration between the Volta region and the rest of Ghana. Through foresight and diligence, you have propelled the university to enviable heights over a short period of time. But it is only service to the university that is remarkable. It is not only service to the university that is remarkable. I am also impressed by the university's tenacity in contributing effectively to the projected 60-40 science-humanities ratio, which several institutions originally purported to be science have lamentably ignored. I am indeed glad that UHAS has faithfully stuck to her science orientation without deviating an inch from your vision of providing higher education in the health sciences through teaching and research to persons suitably qualified and capable of benefiting from such education. You have stayed the course and you have to be congratulated. But the going has not been easy. In fact, I am acutely aware of considering the larger infrastructural deficit you suffer as a fledgling university whose genesis and nurturing coincided with periods of severe budget cuts and the establishment of more and more public universities that are all scrambling from diminishing resources. It is for this reason that students who have passed through this young university with flying colors deserve to be especially congratulated. You have sacrificed your comforts and conveniences in passing through UHAS at a time of grave financial and infrastructure challenges. Indeed, at the time the university still taught us as a fledgling institution. But it may also be said that you have sacrificed for the comfort of future generations, your successors, who may come in when the struggle is over. Graduates this year, and indeed their predecessors, are heroes who should be celebrated. Your Lordship Chair, UHAS was established with a vision to be a preeminent research and practice-oriented institution dedicated to community service. This is a noble cause worth supporting. And government will do everything possible to support you to expand access to health and allied health sciences education. It is gratifying indeed to note that phase 2 of the Chinese support project begins in a few months. I remember making such a statement in the same words last year, hoping that a few months would mean 2019. Undoubtedly, phase 2 has delayed, but it will surely take off early this year without any more signatures, Mr. Vice-Chancellor. Indeed, I am happy to confirm government facilitation of the Chinese government facility of $60 million to UHAS as part of the phase 2 project. I am also glad to confirm further that government has discharged its immediate commitment to its phase 2 facility by releasing the counterpart funding of 6 million Ghana cedis to cover ancillary facilities such as electricity and water, construction of drains, and the acquisition of 2 project vehicles, among others. The GET Fund, through NCT, also allocated an amount of 4.7 million cedis to the university for critical infrastructure and facilities. Our government is committed to providing an educationally responsive climate that facilitates research and academic work, and it is not government's intention to pay greater attention to public institutions closer to Accra to the neglect of those farther from the capital. Indeed, it is rather those farther away that should attract greater attention to recompense the sacrifices involved in undergoing higher education away from the convenience of Accra. Mr. Chairman, as our Vice-Chancellor may recall, over the past year or so, the Ministry of Education has engaged the Vice-Chancellors Ghana, including Vice-Chancellors of technical universities, as well as the leadership of private universities and university colleges, on plans for the rollout of a centralized application processing service, CAPS. This is one of the key elements of the new tertiary education policy. The plan has been to have the facility in place in time to service applications for admissions into, especially public tertiary education institutions, for the 2020-2021 academic academic year. We remain largely on track to develop and deploy the system, and the procurement process has reached an advanced stage. Upon further consultations, we would like to extend the period of installation and trial testing to ensure that the system put in place is robust enough for the challenge ahead. We intend to use the best part of 2020 to do a comprehensive trial run and the priming of the system. The Ministry of Education has decided to request the universities to use their various portals for processing the applications for the 2021 academic year, while we work on fine-tuning and try testing the system. I have called a meeting of all stakeholders to discuss this and other related issues in the first week of February, and you should be expecting letters from the NCT shortly. To this fourth batch of graduating students that are celebrating today, let me congratulate you all. I hope you will put to good use the training you have received to save lives, and I admonish you to give care and not to take care away from clients. Brighten the lives of those you encounter, and I encourage you to give back to society whatever has been given to you without hesitation and rewards. I wish you well in the ensuing journey of life, and as you join the wagon in making Ghana a great and strong nation. Parents, guardians, commend you for not allowing distance or bumpy roads to influence your choice of higher education for your wards. I believe your choice of UHAS was guided by quality, relevance, and the overall interest of your wards. Finally, before I take my seat, let me congratulate the Vice-Chancellor of UHAS for making Ghana proud for an international award recently received for his exceptional services and contribution to research on neglected tropical diseases, NTD. The annual award was also bestowed on Professor Japan for his dedication to bringing together people to implement NTD control and elimination programs. He was voted out of 14 notable scholars and researchers who were nominated for the award at a ceremony in Baltimore, USA. The Vice-Chancellor has made Ghana proud and has made UHAS proud. And I extend my heartiest congratulations to him on this occasion and urge him to high heights. Let's give him a round of applause. Thank you. And let the applaud extend to all graduating students even as I walk back to my seat.
Thank you very much, UHAS Choir. We have come to the crucial segment of our proceedings this morning. May I entreat all our graduates to adjust their capes, their caps, and be ready for the conferment of degrees. I'm not sure why quite a number of you have walked out of the auditorium. Chairman of Council, with your permission, we'll start this morning's proceedings with the graduate students of the School of Public Health, WH.O. I will call on the Dean of the School of Public Health, Professor Paul Amuna, to present the candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the award of postgraduate degree.
Will the postgraduate candidates of the School of Public Health please stand and remain standing? Chairman of Council, I have the honor and privilege to present to you the postgraduates of the School of Public Health who have fulfilled the requirement for the award of Master of Public Health degrees to be admitted to the said programs, degrees of the University of Health and Allied Sciences.
By the authority conferred on me as the Chairman of Council, I, Justice Victor Jones Maulom Doche, formally admit you to the postgraduate degree of the University of Health and Allied Sciences, School of Public Health, Ayiko.
Master of Public Health General, Abuaji Richard Jan, Akuno Payeboa, Akolu Jimaima Misunu, Amadou Fatima, Apanga Emmanuel Achimburu, Balami Samuel Kweku, Bukari Idrisu, Daimbi Felix, Doji Nesta, Jamboy Christine Edem, Karim Osman, Late Osei Pedita, Mahama Maria, Salifu Sadia, Sam Michael Kwame, Setre Cynthia. Master of Public Health, Epidemiology and Disease Control, Aboeje Faustina, Azuma John, Kwatewu Maulon Dama, Mumuni Ibrahim, Nuasan Sani, Obripo Samson, Ofori Luke Esua, Omwa Emmanuel, Sechi Osei, Soglo Rita Esi Maupemo, Master of Philosophy Applied Epidemiology, Akila Daniel Aikobilia, Ahami Wisdom Kwaju, Bwadiwa Renchi Millicent, Miami Jonathan Mount Olai Rukaya, Musa Mohammed Aminu Andu, Into John Edward, Opon Mavis, Owusu Richard, Suri Thomas Nan.
My Lord Chair, we will now continue with the undergraduate section. We will begin with the School of Allied Health Sciences. Chairman of Council, with your permission, I call on the Dean of the School of Allied Health Sciences, Professor Eric Ofori, to present the candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the award of the degree.
Will the graduating candidates of the School of Allied Health Sciences please stand and remain standing? Chairman of Council, I have the honor and privilege to present to you graduates of the School of Allied Health Sciences who have fulfilled the requirement for the award of a bachelor degree to be admitted to the said degrees of the University of Health and Allied Sciences.
By the authority conferred on me as the Chairman of Council, I, Justice Victor Jones Maulom Dote, formally admit you to the respective degrees of the University of Health and Allied Sciences, School of Allied Health Sciences, AICO.
Bachelor of Medical Laboratory Sciences, Glover Dellard Wright, Sapa Charles Mawunyo, Senu Daniel, Bachelor of Physiotherapy, Opari Esifi as Alexandra, Zipi Victor Kwame Elikle.
My Lord Chair, I will now wish to invite the Dean of the School of Medicine, Professor Harry Togwell, to present the candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the award of degrees.
Will the graduating candidates of the School of Medicine please stand and remain standing? Chairman of Council, I have the honor and privilege to present to you graduates of the School of Medicine who have fulfilled the requirements for the award of a bachelor degree to be admitted to the said degrees of the University of Health and Allied Sciences.
By the authority conferred on me as the Chairman of Council, I, Justice Victor Jones Maulom Doche, formally admit you to the respective degrees of the University of Health and Allied Sciences, School of Medicine, AICO.
Bachelor of Physician Assistantship Clinical, Chris Eli Yao, Blanson Ebenezer, Darko Emmanuel, Doku Solomon Elepi.
My Lord Chairman, with your permission, I will now call on the Dean of the School of Nursing and Midwifery, Professor Ernestina Safua-Donko, to present the candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the award of degrees.
Will the graduating candidates of the School of Nursing and Midwifery please stand and remain standing? Chairman of Council, I have the honor and privilege to present to you graduates of the School of Nursing and Midwifery who have fulfilled the requirements for the award of a bachelor degree to be admitted to the third degrees of the University of Health and Allied Sciences.
By the authority conferred on me as the Chairman of Council, I, Justice Victor Jones Maulon Doche, formally admit you to the respective degrees of the University of Health and Allied Sciences, School of Nursing and Midwifery, Aiko.
Bachelor of Midwifery, Abubakar Habitu, Nata Charity, Abebe Grace, Abubakari Fasik, Asamba Stella Akosia, Avo Peace, Kofi, Forming Gifty, Juliana Akosia, Labi Esther, Ben Savaida.
Bachelor of Nursing, Amwaku Jampa Emmanuel, Ampia Beatrice Ewusu, Amu Esther Dede, Apel Nana Sakum, Atongna Boniface Amacha, Kobna Emmanuel Chim Ankra, Debuo Emmanuel, Gamo Clement, Nyamiche Kofi Solomon, Oke Ibrahim Kofi, Safori Edward Wolano, Abada Ruth, Abe Gifty, Abdallah Dolema Memuna, Abeka Nancy, Abochi Abigail Vida, Abrokwa Kwame, Abubakari Abidin, Abubakari Hudu, Abubakari Kwesi Sumaila, Abudu Jaliu, Achakwe Flavia, Achiriwuni Banu, Aka Idi Ama, Akwa George Diodu, Akwa Nana Aba, Adala Michelle Amayo, Adam Irisu, Eje Mensa Hana, Ajokache Esinam Ya, Adoma Hilda, Edua Samoa Yvonne, Ajona Awentemi Prudence, Afrim Abigail, Agamina Koko, Agbemonu James, Agblewodia Celestine, Agbota Rejoice, Agbovi Dina Mausi, Agwaje Mauto Kwame, Eje Belinda, Ejekumwa Mary, Ahiali Abigail Esinu, Ahilija Deborah Sichope, Aholu Sandra Ama, Akoto Sampon Francis, Akabla Felicia, Akuribit Rita, Alasan Barikisu, Alasan Fuseina
Babia, Ali Duzinatu, Amenin Emmanuel, Amano Christiana, Ameni Deborah, Amfu Amadufie, Amre Alberta Nyakwa, Emi Sanunu James, Amo Irene, Ampon Evans, Ampon Sapayos, Anaba Karim Arini, Enim Abigail Mafu, Anim Ledokas Bwekwo, Anan Florence Shine, Enim Benjamin, Arnold, Ansa Janet, Entrihana, Apel Ruby, Apau Rosina, Akun Matilda, Amakesi Mary, Asante Isaac, Asari Florence Esewa, Asari Lily, Asensu Amanda, Esia Linda Sewa, Asiedu Nancy Dankwa, Asumeni Beatrice, Atadu Belinda, Atiti Joyce, Ativorita, Ayangba Thomas, Aye Lillian Kafui, Ayivo Mavis, Azaleko Jane Gloria, Bafo Evans, Bani Vida, Bani Victoria Lovelace, Bani Anna Patience, Boachi Anita Dede, Boachi Obimpon Doris, Boatima Bridget, Boatima Faustina, Boatin Deborah, Boatin Vivian, Bonda Alex, Bonsu Efia, Bukari Ibrahim, Kobna Isaac, Kofi Priscilla, Kujo Mona Nancy, Dankwa Veronica Jumo, Dansu Frederick Dankwa, Dansu Achuche Josephine, Dasa Mercy, Dauda Yusuf, Dauda Fuseini, Dae Lolawu Achu Ayram, Dickens Delphine Jr., Eshen Rhoda, Esando Naomi, Fialo, Elizabeth Afi Emefa, Fixin Owu Anita, Fojo Emmanuel, Gali, Christine Ajwa.
Gallo Dinah, Ban Aloysius, Beame Joyce, Namache Gideon Aldo, Guma, Amos Isaiah, Yesi Helena, Yesiwa Nusrat Nana, Haliga Dizar Oku, Ibrahim Jibril, Idrisu Abdulaziz, Idrisu Abdul Karim, Idrisu Bashiru Kanwe, Inusa Hamia, Isa Abuba, Isa Ajiri, Isa Ibrahim, Isa Piskalin, Isahaku Al-Hassan, Isahaku Usman, Ishak Wasil, Isifu Barkisu, Jamal Abdul Manan, Kablan Beatrice, Kaleji Victoria, Kanle Nuruddin, Kata Mavis Selom, Kisiwa Ruth, Kisiwa Patience, Cobb Isaac Nam, Konedu Abigail Sewa, Konto Philomena, Kumsin Gloria, Antin Anima, Kumi Philomena, Kumoji Vera, Kurua Augustina, Kwao Ebenezer, Kwao Tekwete Isaac, Larry Robert Daya, Lakai Gifty, Lati Dinah, Latevi Beatrice Aram, Lawal Najat, Logosu Lydia, Bimadon Kojo Kuma Nsobo, Mensa Anthony, Mensa Lina, Mensa Yaira Abla, Mensa Helen, Equia Aduama, Muhammad Ibrahim, Muhammad Muniru Seinu, Muhammad Al-Hassan,
Moyom David Sakagben, Mula Mushudi, Musa Hamidu Basukuma, Nantoma Fusheni, Nati Felicia Mamli, Nati Mary Aquili, Nasal Dorothy, Kokunu Sabana, Mpa Ishmael Baobami, Nkwa Samuel, Mbini Nsifu Sarah, Utaba Vitus, Nurei Sakinatu, Yama Vincent, Nyakua Seth Anoche, Timothy Daniel, Yokui Matthew, Odate Emmanuela Ajo, Ofori Isaac Kojo, Ofori Maxwell Ata, Ohini Hannah, Okain Deborah, Okumado Gloria Kani, Opari Michael, Opoku Enoch Jima, Opoku Mavis, Osafo Linda, Osafo Benis, Ousu Collins, Ousu Dorcas Kwayem, Ousu Esther Kisiwa, Ousu Ya Sewa, Ousu Setre Ivy, Puma Portia, Pra Prosper Sisi, Kwaku Michael Mauli Yao, Kweku Robert, Saki Mabel Ayoya, Salifu Seidu Abubakar, Sapon Helen, Sapon Faustina, Semode Ruth Akpeje, Stevens Hilda Esi, Suleimana Talahatu, Sumaila Hamza, Tachi Bridget Enyunam, Tando Raymond, Tete Jimaima Na Kori, Tieku Sarah, Jakpa Patience, Mbekuba, Omar Mohammed Hadi, Welbeck Georgina, Reku Samuel, Weasipuni Arahassan, Weavel Edmond, Williams Marion, Yakubu Salifu Alhassan, Yakubu Ashmiu, Yebua Benis Akumia, Yebua Rosemont, Yidana Daladi, Yidana David Sando, Irenchi Amwako Naomi, Yusuf Isa, Helena Euku, Lazarus Tigona Sogotu, Mwambil Martha Teni, Amankwa Olive, Adugu Patience, Adoma Princel Efia, Kampe Rufus, Aseye Sename Sandra, Wilberforce Sarah, Mubarak Shahid, Abena Theophilus.
Bachelor of Public Health Nursing, Edujemfi Raphael, Bawa Azuma, Estelle Juliet Ama, Nogbe Edward Kwesi, Techi Hannah Chirema, Chum Boachiwa Janet, Abugri Grace, Ado Susanna Pokwa. Bachelor of Public Health Nursing. Edujemfi Raphael, Bawa Azuma, SL Juliet Ama, Nogbe Edward Kwesi, Techi Hannah Chirema, Chumbwachiwa Janet, Abugri Grace, Edu Susanna Opokua, Adombri Dominic Ayimbila, Ajaho Faustina, Agle Confidence Sedinam, Agbofa Gloria, Agbota Eva Abina, Agbovo Elizabeth Sena, Ahafia Genevieve, Ahaliga Rita Jifa, Edu Regina, Akanto Francis Felix, Akpabli Vida, Alebna Assam, Al-Hassan Mohammed, Amano Martha Ako, Ama Sheila Ashoko, Amwa Mary Asingama, Anderson Elsie, Arthur Nana Ekeleba, Asante John, Awudu Zekia, Ayadago Martin Asibit, Beto Paul, Baini Kwansa Mercy, Brima Sadikatu, Bachman Cecilia, Dankwa Ella Akoto, Dankwa Elvis Oti, Nta Adelaide, Esa Benedict, Gunguni Priscilla Ewenye, Haiti Annalena Amatechua, Aidan Kweku Botier, Inusa Talata, Kosa Richard, Kwame Florence, Lago Regina Lydia, Mankoe Timothy, Masood Halima, Mia Lucy, Mino Isaac Peter, Mojaka Prosper Kofi, Moro Memunatu, Nakule Ruth, Ohini Adelaide Densua, Opare Justice Manti Annan, Tego Josephine Ajua, Tete Letitia Tele, Tulasi Naftali Achu, Trinibua Williams, Banfo Frimpoma Esther, Ayen Daniel, Al-Hassan Daudu, Lecha Gifty, Asigri Hannah Kuka, Dabie Linda, Sylvina Chinewa.
My Lord Chair, last but not the least, will invite Professor Paul Amuna back to present to us candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for the award of degrees.
Will the graduating candidates of the School of Public Health please stand and remain standing? Chairman of Council, I have the honor and privilege to present to you graduates of the School of Public Health who have fulfilled the requirements for the award of a bachelor degree to be admitted to the said degrees of the University of Health and Allied Sciences.
By the authority conferred on me as the Chairman of Council, I, Justice Victor Jones Maulom Doche, formally admit you to the respective degrees of the University of Health and Allied Sciences, School of Public Health, Aiko.
Bachelor of Public Health Disease Control, Aberinga Jeffrey, Edupuku Simon, Ajiman George, Ajin Josephine, Akrasi Frida, Godwin Amaku, George Amonu, Michael Esumin, Godfred Bacon, Cledy Boa, Jonas Dabris, Benjamin Datson, Elitha Sewa Danson, Raymond Jehu, Julius Kambata, Emmanuel Kulenu, Teria Nuru, George Into, Felix Omo, Majid Suleiman, Samuel Bagayel Tang, Isaac Peter Udin, Benin Yakubu, Dominic Yeboah. Bachelor of Public Health, Environmental Health, Ebenezer Ahenkra, Siriam Banza, Bachelor of Public Health Information, Kwame Japon Adai, Patricia Sewa Ajay, Shadrach Frimpong Edu, Daniel Obodai Anang, George Borojanti Atanga, Emmanuel Bansa, Francis Bayu, Mohammed Bukari, Evans Afol Kobna, Damasos Derry, Sebastian Jentua, Majid Eliasu, Raphael Kwesi Boboshi, Ethel Henyo, Joycelyn Nila Tilai, Charles Blay Ndede, Stephen Nimiben, Richmond Bidiako Insian, Philip Obed Nuevo, Dominic Nyako, Nami Opoku, Sadiq Osei Wusu, Kwabna Owusu, Catherine Uyu, Louise Pew, Anthony Sapir, Samuel Kobna Safo, Cornelius Tenku, Gerard Tulashi. Bachelor of Public Health Information, Mujahidu Kolio Abdullahi, Stephen Elenkebi Amal,
Jamila Ayamba, Ernestine Aite, Justin Fatin Bayole, Edward K. Bayere, Jemima Demily, Samson Mayibi Damba, Marian Kabunu Dana, Prosper Mbauni, Margaret Kwansua Musa, Dorcas Siao, Bachelor of Public Health Nutrition, Stephen Edu Ofori, Gifty Amedu, Jose Ashibi, Lily Ba, Adeline Babo Ado, Francis Danson, Promise Tige Duga, Peace Valentina Jameshi, Irene Divine Jirasa, Rashid Kweku Enin, Gillian Bananwi Ghana, Emmanuel Zin Lebanon, Fadila Lori, Zakari Madi, Eleonora Nero, Maxwell Nibelo, Frederick Edward Safo, Dorothy Sewa, Veronica Tete, and Clement Timin Yambom.